From stories around the world to stories here at home, this is the National News Broadcast. A pleasant evening. I'm Dilanjali Ananda.
Good evening, I'm Clifford Richards. First of all, we take a look at the headlines.
A high interest in people to obtain the second dose of AstraZeneca vaccine. The vaccination program at the Bihar Mahadevi Park will remain open for 24 hours. Delta variant has been detected in 132 countries, including Sri Lanka. The global corona infections have increased by 80% in the last 30 days. Interprovincial bus services and railway operations commenced. Direct flights resume between Sri Lanka and Russia after a gap of 6 years. The fastest athlete at the Olympics is from Italy.
That is absolutely incredible!
2 gold medals in the high jump event. A massive rocket attack to the Kandahar airport in Afghanistan.
Moving on to the stories in detail. Inoculation of the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine for those who have already received the first dose was commenced today. Accordingly, 77 vaccination centers have been established covering all 3 districts in the Western Province. The Health Ministry has said that the vaccination process at the centers will be carried out until the 6th of August. The vaccination program was observed by State Minister Professor Channa Jayasumana and Army Commander General Shavendra Silva. Inoculation of the second dose of AstraZeneca commenced at the vaccination center established at the BMICH today. The administration of the second dose of AstraZeneca commencing at the Piliandala MOH office today. The second dose administered at the Narayanpeta Sri Lanka Army Hospital as well. The Sri Lanka Army Vaccination Centre established in Bodhiraja Rame, Panagoda, Homagama also administered the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine today. The second dose of AstraZeneca vaccine was inoculated to the people at the Kirilavala Central College in Gampaha today. Sri Lanka Army has established 5 vaccination centres in Colombo district. The inoculation of the doses at the centres will be carried out from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and the vaccination program conducted at the Bihar Mahadevi Park will be open for 24 hours. The vaccination program at the Diatha Uyana premises is expected to commence tomorrow and will continue until the 4th. Colombo Municipal Council and Sri Lanka Air Force have jointly established 3 vaccination centres in Colombo district. The vaccination will be carried out from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. Those who have received an appointment to receive the vaccine through SMS will be inoculated at these centres. The vaccination programs will also be initiated in 13 hospitals in the Colombo district. Accordingly, people who have received the first dose can obtain their second dose of the AstraZeneca at these hospitals from 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. In addition, vaccination will also be carried out at 18 MOH offices in the Colombo district. The vaccination program will be carried out from 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. Sri Lanka Army has established 3 vaccination centres in the Gampaha district. The vaccination program will be conducted from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. The vaccination will also be carried out in 15 hospitals in the Gampaha district. Accordingly, vaccines will be inoculated from 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. at the hospitals. In addition, the vaccination programs will be held at 14 MOH offices in the Gampaha district and people can obtain their vaccines from 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. The vaccination of AstraZeneca's second dose will be carried out at 6 centres in the Kalutara district. The programs will be held from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Meanwhile, the first consignment of 450,000 AstraZeneca vaccines doses expected to be provided for the Kegol district was taken to the Kegol district pharmaceutical storage today. Accordingly, vaccines will be inoculated to the teachers of the Kegol Girls School and the Hettimulla Bandar Mahavidyalaya tomorrow. In the last 7 days, 2,916,867 doses of vaccines have been delivered to the people. The total number of vaccines so far amounted to 12,098,889. The percentage of persons who received at least one dose of the vaccine of the population more than 30 years of age has increased to 86.48. The highest number of vaccine doses has been given in the Western Province, which is 88.23%. At least one dose of the vaccine have been given to 93.93 in the Gampar district and 87.12% in the Kalutara district and 83.27 in the Colombo district.
People who obtained the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine at the vaccination centres established in various parts of the Colombo city extended their gratitude to the government for the efforts taken to bring the vaccine to the country. Now let's take a look at some of the remarks shared by those who were vaccinated with the second dose.
The way they have organized this vaccination program is excellent, and everything was carried out perfectly, and we didn't find any difficulty in getting the vaccine. So we are satisfied with that. We thank the President and the Health Ministry for doing this. I'm very happy that he did a thing like this. It's a good thing for us, because we were expecting it for a long time, for about 5 months. And we are very happy about that.
My husband and I live here in Sri Lanka in the last 3 years. We're very thankful that Sri Lankan government has included us in the vaccination program. The army and the health department have done a really good job, so thank you very much.
Thank you to the government, the MOH, for taking actual good actions to distribute it among.
This is a very nicely organized by the Sri Lankan Army, so I want to thanks for Sri Lankan Army first, because we came like 1 hour before, and everything is done very nicely, and we're waiting for this AstraZeneca for such a long time. And I think we want to thank about Japanese people who are sent us, and the Sri Lankan government and the Sri Lankan Army. I asked everybody to come and have your second dose as soon as possible to control the COVID-19.
2,490 COVID-19 patients were detected from the country today. Meanwhile, 1,792 patients left hospitals today following recovery. Meanwhile, the Director General of Health Services confirmed that 67 COVID-19 related deaths have been reported yesterday. Public health inspectors took measures to prevent an event from taking place today at a house at Pandagoda area in Beruala. It was revealed that the event was planned to be held violating health guidelines. Kalutara area PHI R.H. Singhbao said that all participants have been directed to quarantine and a case will be filed against the owner of the house. Meanwhile, persons who have participated in an event in Gokaradenia area in Payagala and 85 affiliated persons have been tested positive for COVID-19. And coming back home, Patriotic United National Party claims that certain trade unions are engaged in a conspiracy to further spread the COVID-19 outbreak to the country. They have said that all progressive people should get together to defeat this conspiracy. The WHO has emphasized that the rapid spread of the Delta variant has severely affected many countries in the world. Health authorities have pointed out that the protest actions organized by certain trade unions amidst such risk would contribute to the further spread of the COVID-19 disease in the country. Even though public gatherings are prohibited under quarantine regulations, the lives of the trade union members have been largely threatened with such gatherings. Health authorities have pointed out that the participation of teachers who have not only taken the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine would threaten their lives as well as hinder the progress of the vaccination programs. Patriotic United National Party has indicated that even though the health authorities have pointed out that both doses of the vaccines have to be taken to gain complete protection against COVID-19, such protests would contribute to further spreading of the coronavirus in the country.
The inter-provincial bus services and railway operations were commenced today. The relevant services were initiated following the decision taken by the government to resume state services in a normalized manner. Even though the government has not permitted to relax inter-provincial travel restrictions, the inter-provincial bus services and railway operations were initiated today for the passengers for essential work purposes. Passengers arrived in Colombo from long-distance bus services, but the arrival of passengers from certain routes was at a low level. The expressway bus services were also commenced today. Interprovincial railway operations were also commenced today. The Railway Department has indicated that plans have been made to allocate necessary railway operations for the passengers arriving for work from tomorrow onward.
A protest was held in Bogavanthalava area today. Justice for Ishalini, who had died while working as a domestic aide at the residence of parliamentarian Rishad Badiuddin. Well, the protest was organized by a group of estate workers from the same area. They have requested to produce the suspects arrested in relation to the death of the girl child to court and deliver maximum punishment to them. Another protest was organized at the Hatton town by the women's organization of the Norwood Social Welfare Foundation today. They demanded that the culprits responsible for the death of Ishalini should receive maximum punishment. A Buddhist religious event was held this morning at the Kotdu Purana Raja Mahavihare in Balapitiya in memory of Ishalini.
Sri Lanka's national carrier Sri Lankan Airlines has resumed the flights to the Russian capital Moscow after a break of 6 years. Domodedovo International Airport welcomed Sri Lankan Airlines' inaugural flight to Moscow, Russia with a water salute. The resumption of flights, which had been suspended since 2015, is a major boost to Sri Lanka's tourism industry. The Sri Lankan Airlines flight that took off from Domodedovo Airport in Moscow arrived in Kattanayake Bandaranaike International Airport at 6:30 this morning. The plane was carrying 51 local and foreign tourists, including Sri Lanka's ambassador to Russia, Professor Lama Wansa. The flight was operated by Sri Lankan Airlines A330-300 Airbus, which has 269 seats in economy class and 28 seats in business class. The new service will operate a weekly scheduled flight between Colombo's Bandaranaike International Airport and Moscow's Domodedovo Airport. The frequency of operation will be once a week, having a flight time of around 8 hours and 25 minutes. Sri Lankan Airlines chairman Ashok Patrage said that Sri Lanka has a long-standing relationship with Russia which dates back to many centuries and have kept an undiminished friendship, propagating trade, tourism, culture and education. He further added that Sri Lankan Airlines resumes flights to Moscow, providing a significant air link that opens to a gateway of the South Asian region. Sri Lankan Airlines is the first carrier in the South Asian region to receive the Diamond rating from the Airline Passengers Experience Association and simplifying for the extra safety measures and comprehensive hygiene precautions against coronavirus. Sri Lankan Airlines Chairman Ashok Patrage and its Chief Executive Vipula Gunatilaka were present at this occasion.
A project to improve water supply services in Kundasala electorate was commenced yesterday. It was presided over by Minister Kehelia Rabukwella. The aim of this project is to provide water supply facilities for 16 families at a cost of 255 million rupees. The Kundasala Division Drinking Water Supply Services project will be carried out under short-term and long-term phases. The Kandy East Water Supply project will be initiated as a long-term solution and the constructions are expected to be completed by January 2024. The proposed project will cover 77 Gramanidhar divisions in the Kundasala electorate. Distribution of sports equipment for athletes. In Kundasale, Division Secretariat Division, marking the National Sports Day, was held yesterday. Minister Kehelia Rabukwella presided over at the event held at the Kundasale Divisional Secretariat. The sports equipment consignment was donated for the athletes and sports associations which had represented the central province level as well as the national level as well.
7 suspects who were engaged in a long-term racket to steal fuel from the vehicles belonging to a construction company in the area between Veyangoda and Vanduravara, Central Expressway section, were taken into custody last night. The arrest was made by the Gonahena Special Task Force camp. Chinese company is carrying out the constructions of this section of the expressway. The racket had been taking place for a long period and complaints have also been lodged in this regard. Accordingly, a raid was carried out to apprehend the culprits. The suspects had snuck into the work site illegally in a private vehicle to steal fuel from the company vehicles. The apprehended vehicle, an amount worth 42,200 rupees in cash, had been handed over to the police. The Veyangoda police are carrying out further investigations.
And now let's take a look at the special feature titled Medal Hopes. Sreshan Dhananjay holds the national record for the men's triple jump event. He secured the national record in 2019 after he leaped 16 meters and 71 points successfully. Meanwhile, Sreshan Dhananjay also holds the junior national record in the long jump event. He won the gold medals for both long jump and triple jump events at the Sri Lanka Army Athletics Championship in 2017 and 2018 respectively. He then secured the gold medal for the long jump event at the 2019 Sri Lanka Army Athletics Championship. He also holds a gold medal in the long jump event at the National Athletics Championship in 2018, securing the gold medal for the triple jump event at the 2017 Open Athletic Championship held in Kazakhstan. Sreshan also secured the gold medal in the same event at the 2018 Open Athletics Championship. He won the gold medal in the triple jump event at the 2021 Open Athletics Championship held in Turkey. And on that note, it's time to end the news. Do enjoy the rest of the programs. Take care and good night.
Good night.